Since welcome back with another video, I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we are looking at boxing movies, trying to figure out which is the best one in this boxing bracket. And he'll tell you how we do our brackets and whatnot. Oh yeah, there's two buys for the two greatest boxing movies of all time.
Interesting.
I didn't have enough to...
Okay.
Like, I felt like we make these brackets and then we have all these movies that probably shouldn't be in there because we know they're going to get eliminated.
Yeah.
Cut the bullshit. Make the video shorter.
There's at least going to be two rock, paper, scissors. So, two movies pop up on the screen. We decide which one we think is better. It moves on to the next round. If we disagree, we play rock, paper, scissors to decide. However, if one person has seen both the movies and the other person has seen only one or zero of the movies, then the person who's seen both of them gets to decide on their own.
And hit the spot.
First up, we have Will Smith in Ali versus Creed.
Ali's kind of boring. I don't know if you've seen Ali.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
They could do better. He's a good Muhammad Ali. Will Smith was great in the role.
Yeah, I agree.
Just the writing wasn't exciting. Wasn't thrilling. The boxing scenes weren't done as well as I've seen in other boxing movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it, I don't know if this makes sense. I think it came out too early. I think if they redid it now and did it more... serious isn't the word I'm looking for, but, more...
Dramatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think it could be a lot better. But Creed is freaking incredible. Wonderful movie. So good. An obvious winner to me.
That's a fact, Jack.
Cinderella Man versus Rocky IV
Rocky IV
is garbage.
one of the greatest montages of all time.
Oh, God.
One of the greatest boxing villains of all time. If he dies, he dies. All this great stuff Ivan Drago brings to the table. The mountain, figuratively and literally, Rocky has to climb to overcome and get redemption for Ivan Drago killing his best friend. I'm going Rocky IV. He's going to disagree. He'll tell you how great Cinderella Man is and won't change my mind. And we'll run rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to change your mind. But I really do like Cinderella Man, and it is my wife's favorite boxing movie. So,
what's so great about it? In case it doesn't make it to the next round.
It's a good story. So, everything that you're going to say that you love about Rocky is true about almost every boxing movie. Because if we're being real, pretty much every boxing movie has the exact same plot when you boil it down to its bare bones. The hero may have come from something, he may have come from nothing, but at the end of the day, he's going to have to fight to prove something to himself rather than the monetary value or the fame, and he's going to be an underdog in some way, shape, or form. Or he was the best, and then for whatever reason he wasn't anymore, and now he's got to fight his way back up to the top even though he's out of his prime, and that's Cinderella Man. He was a kind of a journeyman boxer, never a champ, but made a career out of it. The Great Depression hit, ticket sales weren't happening, has to lose his job, has to try to get jobs on docks, can't afford to pay for his kids, gets a chance to fight again, works his way up, ends up becoming a heavyweight champ. So it just has all of the feel good.
Yeah.
You want to pull for this guy. In this one, he's got a family. He's got 3 small kids he's trying to take care of. Even despite their financial situation, he makes such an insane effort to make sure that he tries to make sure his kids don't even realize that they're dirt poor. He still makes sure that they're good. He doesn't bitch. He doesn't moan. He takes care of his family. He sacrifices food off his plate to feed his daughter. He's just a good dude. To me, a much easier person to pull for than Rocky.
Stugatz. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fair enough.
And the buy for that side is Razor Bull.
Oh, okay.
But then we got a real heavyweight matchup right here, son.
Yeah, Creed versus Rocky IV.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I think you should say Creed.
What do you think I'm going to say? Not what you think I should say.
I think you're going to say Creed.
That is correct.
I think there's other... clearly there are probably 2 other Rocky movies that you would pick over Creed.
No.
One other Rocky movie you would pick over
one.
Creed? Okay.
If I had to rank them,
I was just guessing. There's
Yeah.
so many fucking Rocky movies. I was like, maybe there's 2 he likes more than Creed.
Creed is in
But-
my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. It's so good. Yeah.
It brings it back to a more serious tone. The situation, we finally don't see a poor person trying to be a boxer.
Right.
So what Ryan Coogler did to the script to try to steer away from all those cliches you mentioned that Cinderella Man, Rocky both have in common,
Yeah.
and among every other boxing film just about, it steers away from that enough to make it its own person, unique, and his issues and stuff like that, they're so well written. And Michael B. Jordan, he's such a good actor
Incredible.
that you feel for him, you feel that underdog story in a different way, and it makes you believe it.
Yeah.
So Creed, top 10 favorite movies of all time, and it's better than Rocky 4, my personal opinion.
Yeah. Wholeheartedly agree. And then Creed versus Raging Bull.
What you thinking?
Raging Bull gets all the respect in the world. It definitely wasn't the first boxing movie. It was the first one to really pack in a story and, actually have, like, really good camera work inside the ring. And, like,
I think it's the best fight scenes in all of boxing history.
yeah.
So beautiful.
I
Stunning.
don't know if I quite agree with that.
Well, it's more of a
But-
cinematic fight.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
real ESPN style fight like you see in Creed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Creed 1, yes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Creed, I think, is a more polished movie, top to bottom, really good, nails the combination of story and fighting and all that stuff. So, all the respect in the world of Raging Bull, would pick it over any Rocky movie, but I'm going to go Creed.
Stugotz. Unpopular opinion, I find Raging Bull overrated. Creed, top 10 favorite movies, as I said. Creed is the obvious choice for you, boy.
This Thanksgiving, 8 years ago, or something like that.
So old.
All right, other side of the bracket, we have The Fighter versus $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby doesn't have any crackheads in it. I'm going with the movie The Crackhead.
Yeah, interesting. $1 Million Baby is not a bad movie. Just kind of glancing on the list at what's on here, I think that $1 Million Baby's the 3rd weakest movie on here.
Best picture winner, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Weird to say that.
Yeah, other than okay, so Gran Torino's a really good movie.
Yeah.
But I don't love it. Like, I don't think there's a single Clint Eastwood movie where I'm like, I love that shit.
You haven't seen Mystic River, have
It's
you?
just something about... I have seen Mystic River.
Dude, Mystic River is so fucking good.
It is good. It's good.
It's incredible.
And
Easily the best.
so, I'm not saying Clint Eastwood's a bad director or a bad actor. I think his movies just aren't for me, for one reason. There's a vibe about him. I love The Fighter. I think it's incredible. Like, probably Mark Wahlberg's best movie. It's at least definitely Mark Wahlberg's best movie where he's trying to be serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christian Bale and Amy Adams, like, incredible cast. Really cool story. Big fan. Southpaw versus Bleed for This.
Have you seen Bleed for This?
I have seen Bleed for This.
I like it. It has personality.
Yeah.
It's a little underrated.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely has a much shorter ceiling. Where Southpaw, I made that ceiling even lower. And it blew my expectations away. I'm already famous boxer going through some shit to get back on top.
Yeah.
Different story. Obviously, you grew up poor, so you do have that element in there.
Right.
But Jake Gyllenhaal turned into every human being for this movie.
As he often does.
He does. Just, there's like this white trash, raw element to it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. They nail it. It helps that Eminem's basically the soundtrack. But Southpaw to me blew me out the water. I was surprised I cried during this movie as well.
So good.
Bleed for This, more people should watch it. But it's an 80. Probably on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Right at 80. No higher than 85. Southpaw. It has this weird charm to it.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's charming.
Charming.
It's this hard-ass motherfucker who has this incredibly soft spot for his girl because of what she meant to him. And then he loses that. And so then he goes back to being just a cold-ass motherfucker like he would have been if he'd been on the streets, and then just kind of learns to re-find himself. It's a wonderful story. I love Southpaw.
Southpaw's
And the boxing in it is also really good. So, The Fighter versus Southpaw. This is probably going to be the hardest matchup on here for me personally, but
Fighter has better acting.
yeah,
It has
all around, yes. From
Yeah.
the lead, I would disagree if we're only talking about leads.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, I think.
On the technical side, it's much, much better. But that charm got me.
Yeah.
I'm going with Southpaw. I am more invested in that story and that character in Southpaw than I am Mark Wahlberg's character in The Fighter. Top-notch movies, but if you sat me down, I was like, what boxing movie you have to watch right this minute? I'm going with Southpaw, even though Fighter is a better movie. Southpaw is more entertaining to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you matched it up on a 50% scale on each, the technical side and entertainment side of Southpaw nudges The Fighter out.
So I feel like The Fighter has what I almost want to call Dark Knight syndrome, in that Christian Bale is so fucking good in this movie that like you can watch clip after clip. If you've seen this movie, Christian Bale is what you remember from it.
Yeah. He overshadows the whole entire film.
Not unlike Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is still an incredible movie, but what stuck with people was that performance. I feel like The Fighter is almost the exact same thing. It's a really, really good movie, but it is so elevated by Christian Bale and like how he portrays that character and his relationship with Mark Wahlberg, which like that takes both of them. Yeah, they have really good chemistry in this movie. And him and Amy Adams have okay chemistry. These two have a hell of fucking chemistry. And then the movie turns itself on its head within 10, 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to agree with you. And I feel like that's like...
That's an upset.
Controversial is not the right word, because I don't think anyone cares about either of these movies enough to like really go to bat for them. But I think The Fighter would be the popular pick. But I think if you're really looking at these, especially in terms of boxing movies, then I would agree with you. I go Southpaw as well.
And Rocky was to buy it on the right side. And it's also my choice because it's better than Southpaw than every other.
It's just like in real life. White dudes being creeps to women, they always get a pass, even when they don't deserve it.
Jesus. What a Stugats. So Rocky, in case the unthinkable happens and I lose this rock, paper, scissors. Rocky, incredible charm, story, the underdog thing. He loses at the end, and the storytelling and that and how meaningful it is. Just learning what's important in life through this movie. And the motivation it gives, and the
what did you learn is
moments.
important in life from this movie?
Relationships. Dreams are great, but relationships are what's meaningful. I could direct 100 movies, but I would throw it all away to keep my friendship with you, because you're my second favorite person, probably third now.
Yeah, but thankfully you didn't have to force me to stay in your apartment, even though I said I wanted to leave for us to be friends.
You locked me in a cooler, dude.
I locked a lot of people in that cooler.
Oh, this is a trend.
That wasn't a friendship
all right,
thing.
All right,
That was a
P.
hazing
Diddy.
thing.
All right, P. Diddy.
Hey, there's no oil in there.
All right, you're bullying people. I get it.
I
love Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky's my second favorite person.
When I was 21 years old working at a freaking fast food
Rocky
restaurant.
is my second favorite movie
I was
of all
in
time.
fact an asshole.
I love it. Not as good. Better than Southpaw.
Yeah, I just like Rocky. Actually, I don't even think Rocky's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie.
It's the best picture winner.
It is not even close to being worth all the hype. Crash is the best picture winner. Freaking lots of movies are best picture winners. $1 Million Baby's the best picture winner.
Yeah, but that's when best picture winners actually mattered.
Yeah.
Once 97 happened.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Rocky's overrated as fuck.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh my god. Yes. I really thought I was going to lose that. But I won't argue with you over here.
Creed.
Yeah, it's Creed.
Creed.
Yeah,
Creed.
best Rocky movie, for for sure. I don't know if that's true because I have to have maybe an unpopular opinion on which Creed movie is the best, but yeah.
You think the third one's the best?
I don't think the third one's the best.
So what's your order?
I think it's 2, 1, 3.
I think 3 would have been good if they went cut off deleted scenes. I feel like there's more story in there.
Sure, yeah.
Because, like, you show him in the prison in the trailer.
We're studio executives and your movie's too long.
Bro, you have Creed directing Creed 3. He knows the fucking character.
Yeah.
If he wants to film himself training in a prison, you let him train in the fucking prison.
Yeah.
But
I think that...
2, that's a wild one.
Yeah.
For you not like Rocky 4. Not even seen Rocky 4.
I love that part of the story.
Yeah.
I appreciate...
It's very odd.
I appreciate Rocky 4 for giving me that story. But Creed 2 does it way fucking better.
If you ever do watch Rocky 4, watch the director's cut that came out a few years ago. It cuts the robot out. I know you like Star Wars, you like robots, but the robot's no good.
Yeah, Southpaw, incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And if you don't think it's that good, watch it again. But Creed is like...
top tier.
Yeah, incredible. Well, only one Creed movie on this?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I would have to find other boxing movies.
Well, no, because it would have evened the bracket out and you still could have had 2 buys. You could have had Creed 2 on one side and Creed 3 on the other. Well, actually, it would have eliminated the buys. Yeah. But whatever, Creed wins.
And then I would have to have 6 films, more boxing films. I don't want to get cluttered. But anyways, Creed, greatest boxing movie of all time, per the Cinematopical YouTube channel. If you like this video, there's a button for it. Hit it. If you disagree with anything we have to say there in this video, go down to the comment section and let yourself be heard or read. Let yourself be read. Scroll back up, hit the subscribe button.